does the PFL have a new superstar? In Dakota Ditcheva, can she be a real contender if she went to the UFC? I personally think that. I'm not saying that she's going to go beat a Valentina Shevchenko. I'm not, because I love a Valentina Shevchenko. I would just love to see the matchup, because if she just did what she did to Talia Santos and Valentina went to a decision with her, I want to see that matchup. She's undefeated. She just won the championship for the PFL. Wasn't she in their Challenger series before all of that? I've seen this girl her last 3 fights. I know I haven't been on the train early on. She is very talented, and I would be very interested or to actually see if she would ever go and compete in the UFC, depending on how the PFL treats her down the line here. But the PFL seem to treat their fighters very well on the PFL side. There's been a lot of shit going on the Bellator side, which we'll get to shortly. The PFL and Dakota Ditcheva, she's an attractive woman. And I know that the UFC or maybe not UFC, let me backtrack that. The MMA community, especially in the males, it's fucking weird. Okay. If you're on X, you're on Twitter, you see like all these dudes, they're showing their face, but most of them are like reposting these females and like ass shots of them doing grappling or weighing in or their feet. And they have these obsessions of like, it's between Alexa Grasso, Mackenzie Dern. There's a couple of other ones. I don't know. The girl that twerks after she wins. Like there's a couple of like, I don't really know, because I don't really give a fuck about it. Like it's not what I do. But at the end of the day, that is a marketing aspect. That's just reality. Guys are not they're tuning in. They want to see an attractive female do XYZ. I'm not saying I'm a part of that group, but there is a demographic out there, obviously, because that's just fucking life. Let's not ignore reality. So with that being said, she's a good looking female. She's not completely unattractive. She's young. She's undefeated. She has everything that the PFL or any brand would love. Okay. She could be a fucking mass marketing like asset for that brand, but they're not going to capitalize. They're not going to capitalize at all. The PFL is going to fail flat on its face when it comes to marketing Dakota Ditcheva to be the next superstar in women's MMA. Personally, that's how I see it. They've never really been able to market much. I mean, Kayla Harrison had her run, but the superstar that they have, they even have a superstar in Paul Hughes that the the Bellator side of it, they're going to flop right on their face.